Hello, I hope you're having a great day. Today, we are here for our final presentation of our web application, GatorStudyCentral. Our team is Group 8, the Immutable Innovators of Incalculable Intellect. My name is Shelton Joseph, and my role on the team is a developer.
My name is Mark Sweeney, and I'm the Scrum Master for our team. I help manage our workflow, coordinate sprint planning, and made sure we stayed on track throughout the project.
My name is Jackson Goldberg. I'm the product manager. I'm also in charge of keeping just clear vision for our product as we move forward through development, as well as just managing some of our tools and software subscriptions.
We were tasked with identifying a gap in the experience of a specific demographic and creating a solution to fill that gap. One issue we noticed that affected UF students in particular was that many find it difficult to connect with study groups. Large lectures and busy schedules make meeting classmates and networking in person rather difficult. Students will often find themselves in classes without any friends. While there are many social platforms that students use, none of them are really adept for the creation of study groups. The anonymous nature of Discord makes it difficult to easily find classmates you know, and GroupMe doesn't really offer any search feature specific to UF students. In light of these issues, we have decided to create a web application designed specifically for UF students to create or find study groups. However, that's not all. Gator Study Central also allows users to schedule study sessions for their study groups, access UF course and study space information, and manage a network of friends. We hope that our project will foster a more tight-knit UF community by promoting studying and collaboration, and that students will find the information provided to be relevant and valuable.
Okay, now we will go on to the live demo, which went too far on the slide, so just don't mind that. Can you guys see my screen well? Yeah. Okay, so this is our user registration page, and it starts. I will make a test account right now, so I will do John Doe at ufl@email.com, or well, John Doe, and then the UFL email. So for instance, if you try to do with a Gmail account and I do just random password, it said must end with the ufl.edu email. So then we'll go, I will create the password as Gator and register, and it registers my account, and then I will go to the user login, and I can do John Doe at ufl.edu and type in the password Gator, and I'm logged into the home page here, which you can see the Go Gators, Gator Study Central, as well as a welcome message from the username and the two logos at the top. We also have a logout button, which will just send me back into the login page, and I'll just enter my credentials again, and everything will be good. Starting with some of the smaller features, we have the study rooms and libraries, which has the name of the library, the address, the operating hours for all days of the week, the relative size, where the study rooms are and how many they are, and then a basic one-sentence description, 1 to 2 sentence description of the library. And we have this for all 10 libraries, major libraries located on the University of Florida. This is for students to potentially use these as meetings for the study groups or study sessions. And over here we have the UF class list, which has many UF classes right now, but not every single one due to just the prototyping for our project. And we can search by course code right here. We can search by the name of the course or by the header. So for instance, if I do computer and information science, all of these will pop up right here. And I can also search by name where all the programming classes will show up, or I can search by course code. CN3031. And for this reference, I'm just going to hit add as I'm taking this class right now. And then users can add classes or remove them whenever for their just to like show what current classes they're in. Then we can go to the user profile over here, and it shows your classes that I'm in. And since the only one I've clicked was CN3031, that is the one that will show. And I can enter just basic information. I can't change the email or the name of my person or my user, but I can, for instance, type in the year sophomore. I prefer to study in person in study rooms. My favorite class, of course, is CN3031, and my major is computer science. And I can press save changes, and then it lets you know profile updated. And then whenever I exit and then come back to the user profile, it'll stay there, so I don't have to retype it in. The information saves. And then if I go to, let's do the friends list. And currently, I have no friends yet since I just made this account. I can add a friend according to the UFL email, and I can manage, which will have the friend requests up here, and then the list of friends I can remove down here. So for the sake of this, I will add my product manager, Jay Colbreth at ufl.edu, and I will request him as a friend. And it won't show him as a friend yet since he won't accepted it, but I'll come back to that actually in a second once he's accepted it. So for the study groups, I haven't joined any study groups yet. This is one of our bigger features. We can search the groups. This is a test group, and then we have other ones that we've already created in the past, like Physics Masters. It'll have the name of the group, the subject, the course code, the maximum number of members, and a quick description, and I can join whatever group I want. So for this, I will just join the Physics Masters group, and you can also search this by the name, the subject, or the course code. And then on my groups, it'll come over here and you can see we have a show hide messages for the message board over here with the group name, same, all this things. And for instance, I can type in here, this is going great. And I can press send and it'll pop up down here on the message board that the other people can read. And I can also create a group so I can, type in whatever fields I want and it'll automatically join this group and will pop up on my group. So for instance, I can just do group name C31, coders, and software engineering, CN, oops, 31. We like to code. This can be an online class with 50 members. Create group created successfully. And then my group's over here. It will show that I automatically join the group since I'm the one who created it and other people can join this group. You can also leave the group and it'll show back up in the search groups over here. So I can just join this again and everything will be good. I'm also going to join this to show the next feature, study sessions, which you can create a session, but you can only create a session from a study group that you're already in, which will have a drop-down box. You can do the same name, so final presentation. And then I can say we're going to do this in Marston floor 3, and I can pick a random date and time. Let's just say that. Just to create a session, I'll select the study group as the coders, and it'll create the session, and it'll actually show down here which study sessions I have upcoming in order. So you see this is before my review for my physics final will be before this, and it'll show an order, and it'll only show for the groups that you're currently joined in. And if I go back to my friends list page over here, you can see that my friend request sent to Jackson was added back. So now I have his name, his email, his year, which is all from his user profile that he created, his major, which is CS, he likes to study online, and then the current classes that he's in, which you can see this for all friends that you add through here. And yeah, that's a pretty quick demo of our app we've created. The main features being the study group, study sessions, and friends list, with also being able to edit user profile and then what classes you're taking and available study rooms for future study sessions. So I will go back now to the presentation slideshow for the next slide.
So here's our product backlog listing all the features we were successfully able to implement into our project. We were able to implement a registration system that required a UF email address, which is very important for preventing unauthorized users. We're able to implement validation between user registration and user login data. We created a user profile system which can be edited by the user. The application allows users to create, join, leave, and create study sessions for their study groups, which is the core function of our app. Study groups also allow you to send asynchronous messages as we didn't really have time to create real-time messaging. Our friend system allows users to send and receive friend requests and view, search, and remove friends. The app offers information on UF courses, libraries, and study groups. It delivers all these things while looking very sleek and inviting.
So as you can see, we've had a very successful second sprint, and we've shipped an incredible number of features. Along with that, there are a couple other features that we were not able to implement fully. We'll look at email first. We did not achieve this as it pertains to email verification or password resets. Now, with the app being in its early stages, we are okay with having this excluded. We were trying Node Emailer to send emails automatically, but we were getting significant difficulties with security policies, just allowing us to send the proper emails we needed to. And that was going to take a bit more time to figure out. And now, while we did implement a messaging system within study groups, this was not necessarily an instant real-time messaging system. This would have required WebSockets, which would introduce a lot of complexity and just time that it takes to implement that. And so the way we did it is we went for a more primitive approach using a SQL table, inserting messages when they're sent, and the user on their page is querying for new messages that are sent to them. This turned out to be far simpler, and it provided the functionality that we promised to our stakeholders. Additionally, our UF class data is static. You can say it's hard-coded. It's all in a one TypeScript file. It does not dynamically update based on UF services. This allowed us to just quickly import a lot of class data for different fields of study. At this point in time, it's not a huge hindrance to moving forward, but that is something we would look at in the future, as well as our error handling. Our code has mostly been debugged and error-free to this point, but we could always improve our error handling for errors that we could potentially have in the future, such as one we had for a little while with the friends list. Overall, these 4 features are relatively small annoyances that I think pale in comparison to the wide range of functionalities we did implement. You'll notice that our original task boards did not even include these. These were just kind of nice to have features that popped up along the way. Looking at some stretch goals, if we were to continue with this project, some things we would look at doing. As I mentioned, upgrading our class data to be dynamic and updating in real time from the UF services. This would likely use some sort of dynamic library or API just to grab real-time data so that everything is accurate and up to date for students. We did implement friendship, the ability to add and remove friends. However, there's not a ton of features with this, so that's something we would look to expand on. Looking at AI suggestions just to improve the user experience, recommending them study groups, making load testing this app to make it more scalable for potential deployment, just having large numbers of users, as well as integrations with libcalcs so that this can be a one-stop shop for booking study rooms in addition to all we have already. And also direct messaging. We have it in the study groups, so we could also add it into one-on-one friend messaging. So some of our next steps, a timeline going forward if we were to continue development. This next month, we'd look at upgrading the data, getting that live data with APIs, like we said. After that, in June, we'd look at expanding the friend functionality, adding a tab to the study group page, groups your friends are in, as well as just fixing up the user interface, making it even nicer. In July, we'd look at AI suggestions, just again, making it a more user-friendly experience. In August, we had a little fun with this one. We're thinking, with the incredibly successful launch of this app, we could look at putting an initial public offering on the New York Stock Exchange to begin great funding for this to continue this project. If not, we would continue with launching this to UF students as intended. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. We look forward to the imminent launch of Gator Study Central.
All right. Thanks, everyone. You can stop recording here or